quitting sugar really isn't that hard. It's actually pretty easy until you basically get to day 3. Day 1 is easy. You're highly motivated. You're focused on it. At least for me, it was like, hey, day 1, man, if every day is going to be like this, man, I got this thing nailed in. Then day 2 comes. Now, you may still be motivated, but those triggers are going to slowly come back. You still feel like you're in control, kind of like I still got a grip on this. I'm dedicated to this cause of me, quitting the consumption of sugar, and whatever that may be for you. Candy bars, could be just about anything. Actually, anything from the store other than meat. So day two, I found myself still being pretty motivated in the sense that focused on the task at hand. Yet, I'm not going to lie to you, you could still, those feelings start coming back a little bit. Like, oh, so I don't really start questioning myself. That comes on day 3. Now we're in day 3. You could say that this is where things start to get a little bit real for you. Those cravings, those urges. I mean, let's face it, we're talking about an addiction to sugar, which you could argue that everybody in a modern day society, probably everybody's addicted to sugar in one form or another. I mean, it's in everything. So the thought of quitting sugar is unconscionable by a lot of people, just because it's so integrated into their lifestyle and routine. So when you've made it to day 3 and all of a sudden you're like, bam, you're lambasted with cravings for whatever it is your favorite sweet was, then you can rest assured that you are at that starting point of things getting a little bit difficult. But don't forget where you've come from with day 1 and day 2. One thing on day 3 that helped me come to grips with the cravings was the fact that I just tell myself that this isn't about food. This has nothing to do with food. This has to do with addiction. And if you've never been a drinker, a smoker, a drug user, anything of the stereotypical addiction that people immediately gravitate towards, you may not acknowledge the fact that you are an addict to sugar, because everybody is. So it's hard to think of it as an addiction. You start thinking of it like an addiction, and then you start thinking about what it looks like for you on the other side. I'm a recovering alcoholic, so when I kicked that, I went through the same progress, the same system of convincing myself how much better it was going to be when I'm past this stage. And believe me, it's much better. I mean, you can't even put it into words. And it's no different than sugar, because sugar is addictive. And that does not mean that because you consume a little bit of sugar that all of a sudden you're an addict. Let me tell you something. You probably started consuming sugar at an incredibly young age. It probably started tens of years ago, decades ago. It depends on how old you are. For me, I'm 55, and this is to how things were. 10% are all addicted to sugar, and I could probably make the argument, and this is coming from a gut feeling. I'd be willing to bet that the majority of modern health issues probably come from sugar in one form or another. If not, then health issues would benefit your recovery and or cure of any health issues that you might have would probably benefit from either the elimination or the incredible cutback on the intake of sugar. I'm not a doctor. Let's come to day 4. Now, day 4, you make it through that hurdle. And so for some people, it might be day 4, it might be day 5. The point is that once you've peaked out on your level of cravings, bam, they start to taper off a little bit, or at the very least, they level off. And then at that point, you're going, okay, they're not getting any worse. I'm almost there. Stay focused, stay motivated, Like I said earlier, don't forget the fact that you're dealing with an addiction. This has nothing to do with food. You make it past day 4 and day 5, specifically day 3, of course. Now you're into day 6, day 7. So now you're at the finish line. I want to say finish line. Some people may be shorter, some people maybe longer. We all have different makeup, different stories, different levels of addiction, and all this kind of thing. Let's just say you make it to the end of the week, day 7, and things start to get a little bit different for you. You start to feel a little bit cleaner. Your body has already come to the conclusion that it's starting to cleanse itself. You've rid your body of essentially a poison. And your body is naturally going to get to the point of like understanding that, hey, the poison is essentially gone. We can actually start focusing on the task at hand of producing good quality health for the rest of the body without the advent of the intake of all this sugar that's preventing it. So at that stage, your body and your mind, all of a sudden, I've talked about this before, they kind of come together a little bit more, and you begin to realize that you just don't need it. The cravings essentially have subsided to a point, and they're on their way down. Sometimes they go down like this, sometimes they go a little bit gradually. It doesn't matter, so long as they're on the way down. And if you pay attention to yourself, you'll be able to dial into this feeling and then come to the conclusion that, hey, I don't need this anymore. I think I might be out of the woods on this. So when you get to the last stage, you're not just telling yourself, I can do it. You're starting to tell yourself, I did it. And this is big. This is huge. Because you can go a couple of days in a row and not have the urge to indulge in pick your favorite, whether it's a soda pop or 10 soda pops or reaching for the candy bars or bags of chips. You name the poison that you're trying to kick the addiction to, whatever it may be, carbohydrates, all that stuff. But let's just focus on sugar, because there's plenty of people out there that drink gallons of soda pop. What the hell do you think you're doing to yourself? You're absolutely destroying your body, destroying it. That's not a negotiable. That's fact. Now, you may be destroying it quickly, you may be destroying it slowly, but destruction through sugar addiction via soda pop or whatever your sugar intake is, hey, the minute you can wake up and you can say, I conquered this. I'm still a recovering sugar addict, like I am a recovering sugar addict and alcohol addict, but I'm not addicted to either one of them. I used to be. And when you used to be something, that means you're past the finish line. Now you get to focus on something else. Take the next bull by the horns, whatever it may be. Maybe you're trying to conquer another thing with your health, whatever. Maybe you want to pursue a different activity, something you've always been wanting to do, but you're spending too much time trying to find out where you're going to get your next sugar fix or alcohol drink or whatever it may be. Stay focused. Grab the next bull by the horn. The great thing about setting a goal and a journey is that don't think of the destination as the end. The journey may be easy, may be hard. You've got a lot of problems that come along the way on a journey. And when you reach the goal, when you reach the finish line, when you reach the end of your journey, there's a little bit of a reward that you accomplished it. But that doesn't mean that everything just stops. No. Take on to the next chapter. Grab the next bull by the horns. I keep saying that. And start the cycle all over again in a positive way, whether you're trying to change something or start a new hobby, start a new relationship, whatever it may be. Just keep the cycle going. Keep the cycle going. Stay focused, stay motivated. Guys, that's enough of me ranting. This is Luke, Captain Carnivore.